Until you finish. I designed that dragonfly. I built it, not Gao. That dragonfly is Kang's masterpiece.
Silence the mad fool!
You may have your workshop back, Mad One. I suspect Gao will be preoccupied for some time, so I'm in charge now. I suggest you finish your dragonfly today.
Interruptions? Who designed that dragonfly? Did you build something to make his sandals explode?
Get to work, mad fool. Do whatever it takes to get that ship built. I will take a short-range flyer and check on some of our other operations in the area. If the marvelous dragonfly is not ready to launch when I return, those captive demons will have a new playmate.
Hey! Hold this! Ha! Explodey things! Hey! Ha ha! Much kicking and such! It really gets the blood flowing! And explosions! Lots of blood flowing from those too. I replaced the dust inductor. The marvelous dragonfly will cross the sky at your whim, for a short way. The heavens welcome my machines, but not without considerable cajoling. If you want to fly more than a short distance, I will need an inscrutable power source. Ha ha! What wonders cling to you, my friend! There were only 2 in this whole region, and I destroyed one so Inquisitor Lim would not make off with my marvelous dragonfly. The other was with the Lotus Assassins, but the fools only used it for demolition. Now, here you stand with it. I will put it in the dragonfly, and it will be ready to go. Not the ideal placement. If it shook more, the heavens might think we were afraid and take pity. This is more stable, but not as fun. Okay, she's ready to go. Hop on. I know a nice safe landing place just outside Tien's Landing. Very unlikely we'll crash. Are you ready to go back to Tien's Landing now? I know a nice safe landing place just outside of town. Very unlikely we'll crash. Very unlikely. I don't know. There was one here for the dragonfly, until I blew it up. That was the only way to keep Inquisitor Lim from taking my dragonfly to the Imperial City. If you're looking for the inscrutable power source, I'd find some ruins that also have assassins in them. Now we should leave here. We can make it as far as that nearby town, Tien's Landing. I know the winds between here and there. Mostly. I mostly know the winds. It would be fine. Don't worry about that. When the marvelous dragonfly takes off, the earth shakes and the sky trembles. You can't miss it. Your friend will see us take off, and he'll head back to town on his own. Ha-ha! Everybody on board! The marvelous dragonfly is about to take flight! I'll stay here with the flyer. I'll keep her warm, so she'll be ready when you want to fly us back to town. But you need my help. The dragonfly is truly marvelous, but I am sure you're going to take her into combat. She'll be injured, and you'll need someone to fix her. And of course, when you get the inscrutable power source, someone has to actually put it in the dragonfly. Nobody else can do it. Your friend there can't do it. You can't do it. Only I can fix her, and only I can figure out ways to upgrade her. And I'm glad to be here, so I can work on your dragonfly. Should we go now? Oh, I will, I promise. I just want to take care of your marvelous dragonfly. Why not just build another sun, or the tumbling waters of a river? No, an inscrutable power source must be found, not built. Gao found one and brought it here, then I blew it up. It was the only way to make sure they did not take my marvelous dragonfly and fly off to the Imperial City without me. Without an inscrutable power source, she won't fly very far. You handled the guards well with your punching and kicking. I was going to make more of an explodey thing, but kicking worked well too. Not so. You may have adequate feet for the kicking, but your eyes are not so good at judging. I only work for Gao because he forces me to. You have good fists for the hitting, but your eyes are not so good at the judging. I'm no ally of Gao or his pirates. I'm just more forced labor. I am Kang, the Mad. I make things explode, and I make things fly, and I'm very good at both. The things I fly tend to survive. The things I explode, not so much. Do I build flyers? Yes. Have you heard differently? Fantastical things, but misused by Gao and his cohorts. I've saved the best for myself. I make all sorts of things, and yes, many are designed to expend energy, quickly. But my greatest prize does not explode. Much. Something I have kept for myself. What else can I do? Actually, not all that much. I mean, I can bolt any two things together and maybe a forest burns down, but flight is where I shine. My greatest invention is in the launch room upstairs. Light and fast, she has weapons and capacity no other flyer does. The marvelous dragonfly. Under protest, Gao does not appreciate what I make. He misuses, and worse, he duplicates and diminishes their glory. Well, no more. The dragonfly will not function. The man with the eye wrap was Inquisitor Lim, a Lotus assassin, very cruel. The wealthy merchant was Gao the Greater, of course. He runs this place. The woman directing them both was Grand Inquisitor Jia. Jia partnered with Gao the Greater and sent Inquisitor Lim here as her representative. And because of their demands, I am forced to make flyers that they misuse. But they won't get the marvelous dragonfly. My special creation will not be abused. I am not Kang the Stupid. Eventually, Gao is going to see me as more nuisance than asset. Plus, he took my amber mosquitoes and ruined them through duplication. He doesn't understand that multiples diminish the glory of any creation, weakening them all. The marvelous dragonfly deserves better. I'll take my chances with you. Ah, but you should. I can make the dragonfly work for you. Maybe. Better you than Gao. He misuses my creations, diminishing their glory through duplication. Gao wants to give my machine to the Lotus assassins, but I stopped him. I hid the extraneous dust inductor where no one will find it. Try to fly without that. But they can make a new inductor. It is extraneous, after all. So, a few days ago, I blew up the inscrutable power source. Now the dragonfly can only make short hops. Yes, of course. What do you think I've been saying? You need to listen more carefully. Wait, haven't you been listening? I have a plan, a deal. I can help you against Gao and the Lotus assassins. I can let you soar like a big fat metal bird. If you stage a combat-related accident for Gao, like falling down a flight of punches, I'll replace the inductor on the dragonfly and we can fly away. What do you say? You are sure to profit from this partnership. In fact, I've never accidentally exploded anyone traveling with me, so that alone is a benefit of my presence. Of course. Take what you will. But if you will, want the dragonfly, you'll need me. She's a delicate creation in need of constant maintenance. And once I've seen her in action, I might even think up ways to improve her. So you really need me along. It's best for you. You don't need it now, but soon you'll wonder how you ever did without it. I was the same long ago. Flyers don't need weapons, I thought. I tried to keep them pure. Anyway, you go ahead, and once all the kicking is done, I'll come along and we'll see what's what. For now, let me think. We'll need explosives that explode. You're still here, alive, and not in chains. I may have hitched myself to a winner. But Gao the Greater is still here, too. Give him a whack, and I can help you fly. Questions are good. It means the wheels are turning. But make it quick. I never let asking get in the way of doing. Is she one of the slaves? The slave breaker let a girl through this morning. I did not hear her name, but no one else has been brought by. Oh, that's a long story, from what I remember. Some experiments went wrong in my old workshop. Explosions. A few estates burned down. Some other things happened. Gao bribed some officials just as I was about to be quartered by 5 horses. Or would that be quinted? Well, regardless, he brought me here to work for him. Sure, he rescued me, but only to acquire my inventions and misuse them. You don't send dozens of flyers against pitiful villages. There's no elegance to a swarm. Just like you don't use explosives inspired by the great dragon to carve a treasure chamber. A menial use of power without even a decent crater to show for it. No, but if I offer advice, you should at least consider it. Gao ignores guidance. Listen to me, and I'll keep the marvelous dragonfly the best flyer in the air. Just next to the launch room. I don't know how you get in or out, because it is, after all, behind a massive immobile door. Yes, I suppose so. But if you don't mind, I'll stay with the marvelous dragonfly, which I have pledged to you. I won't let it fall into disrepair while you zip about the Empire. Absolutely. After Gao the Greater is retired, you'll have the use of my dragonfly, and I'll come along to keep her repaired, and maybe make a change or two. Master Li? No, I don't think so. Well, I am not so good with names, or faces. Dates are bad, too, but I remember my own handiwork. Several older flyers stopped here briefly. They were full of Lotus assassins, and one big assassin in black armor who seemed to be in charge. Very big, unpleasant look on his mask. They had a prisoner with them, or so I heard, and they all seemed nervous about it. The flyers left for the Imperial City soon after. Does that help? Oh, I would like to put something explodey in his food, just to see if it would make him blink, because that one has dead eyes, like he's missing something. Sometimes he is here, sometimes he is not. I don't know right now which is true, but I know he is dangerous, very dangerous. I will restate and reiterate as necessary, but I would like to get back to my tools. Yes, goodbye. Go and leave me to think.
I assure you I will be as devoted and capable as any of your other companions.
Ha! If I could harness all that hot air, I could make a furnace to power the whole of the Imperial City. Well, if you're done with all the talking, I have to go make the dragonfly ready for some flying.
Consider how our skills complement each other. I can get into places people would prefer I never see, and out of places people would prefer I never leave. There's also my knack for finding things. For instance, I was nosing around and stumbled across this.
Hey, that's the dust inductor I was hiding. The dragonfly can't fly without it. It was under the floorboards in my workshop last I looked. Well, next time I hide something, I'm packing explosives around it. Yes, explosives shaped like silver bananas. Stops thieves, monkeys, and monkey thieves in one fell swoop. Yeah.
This new flyer seems nicer than the one we took from Gao the Lesser, although I'm really only judging by how shiny it is. A poor guess, I'm sure.
No, the marvelous dragonfly is superior to the amber mosquitoes I foisted on Gao. And actually, the shinier the better. The heavens like their glory reflected. A shame I can't leave it on the ground for all to see, but I'm not going through all this just to have it stripped to the frame by local brats. I'll call it back if we need it. Well, it's much like the dilemma of the centipede. If he relaxes and lets things happen, he can walk naturally all day long, his 100 legs not missing a step. But if he thinks too hard about the complexity of what he's doing, those legs might crash into the tea house and kill everyone. A valuable lesson. I will return it whenever you wish to make use of it. Don't worry. It is just simpler to have it out of the way when not in use. Now you're in for it. Those guards see you. Use this. Good for the head breaking. This is good, too. Oh, that's going to hurt. Well, is the Imperial City all you expected? It is quite a spectacle compared to the bulk of the Empire. The marvelous dragonfly performed perfectly, of course. Well, I'm judging by the smoke and the panicked state of the people that you were successful in your mission. I've made some repairs to the marvelous dragonfly. It's ready to go as soon as you are. The trip to the palace will be very quick. What? Not now. I'm busy with repairs on the dragonfly. Come back later. Go explore the city. I will stay here and watch over the marvelous dragonfly. I have some ideas for making her even better. Go. Have fun. I know I will. Silk Fox is a princess. The princess. Strange happenings indeed. Why would a princess want to run about looking like that? I could make her an outfit that would disguise her as a bird. A big bird, mind you, but it might look less suspicious. Those assassins will be tougher than Gao's men. Be careful. I need you to do more test flights with my marvelous dragonfly. Yes, what can I do for you? Busy. No time for chatty. Hello. I suppose the marvelous dragonfly is ready. We don't have to worry about landing too many more times. Just make sure you are done talking to everyone. I lost the interior baffling, so you won't be able to hear a thing once we are in the air. Oh, I think they know you are ready. Every eye is on you, across the whole empire, I think. We'll have to see if you are worthy of that gaze, All right, everyone in. Oh, no, I tend to confuse things. Yes, I know I do. This is too important for my mutterings. Besides, the decisions that are coming, they are beyond me. You are deciding the fate of an empire. My mistakes result in the occasional crater. How big a hole might you be digging, whatever you wish. It's just a few more minutes of bolt tightening to me.
Well, here we are. I'd hoped I wouldn't have to use this entrance again.
Yeah, I'm staying here. For safety.
A startling revelation from Kang.
I expect there will already be enough chaos to go around without your talents.
A pity that the rest of us don't have the luxury of cowardice.
Good. My father has much to answer for. I know he will explain everything, and if Death's Hand is there, I'll have some words for him as well. Kang, those flags that I gave you, the ones with the royal seals, mount them on your pile of scrap and let's go. I don't want to waste any more time.
Yes, ma'am, no argument. Garish flags to stop the turrets. Just no yelling while we fly. The space is small and it echoes loudly. Yes, Princess, at your word.
I always have my fists, so I'm always ready. If I lose those, I'll have bigger problems than missing a fight. Actually, better safe than sorry. Kang, make me a wine bowl I can hold with stumps.
Yours or someone else's?
Ha ha! Now that's the kind of idea I can get behind. Wang said something about a screwable power horse. You should get that, then maybe we can get going.
Kang! It's Kang, not Wang! And it's an inscrutable power source, you dumb ox!
Whatever. Just get that thing he said.
The equipment you carry with you, Kang, it seems quite expensive. Have a stash of silver somewhere, do you?
That's enough of that. I know a look of larceny when I see one. Besides, it will do you no good. With Gao gone, I am between benefactors. The marks of the Lotus Assassins. You have covered some zoo, but left others plain. I have an ointment you should try. Put it under your tongue, and it will stop your desire for alcohol. Well, more like replace. More? Well, I suppose I hadn't thought about that. Let's see. Distillation, crop variation, slide to 3. Money is only good for spending, and I let it flow as freely as Gao would allow. He and his allies had extensive resources.
And once we've satisfied our primary goals, hopefully we'll be able to take advantage of that.
I'm not ashamed of what I was. I disagree with what they became. Do even you judge me, Kang? You served the enemy as well.
No, I served my craft. I must build what I must build. If others misuse my creations, it isn't my concern. If I had not made my flyers for Gao, you would not have one now. It all works out.
And you avoid all guilt if it doesn't. A masterful work of self-deception.
Kang, when will you fix your flying barrel to fit real people?
What is the problem, Whirlwind?
The Black Whirlwind. And I barely fit in that spectacular gnat of yours. It lists like a pregnant ox when I step in.
It is hardly his fault. You are well in excess of a normal person's size.
Ha ha! It doesn't take a scholar to see that I'm hardly normal. Real warriors are large, strong, and aren't folded in half before getting into the battlefield.
So, Kang, how many iterations of your flyers did you make before settling on such a safe design?
Somewhere near 1. I disregard the designs each time.
I thought the smaller flyers were earlier versions of the Dragonfly. Are you saying that you built this one without reference and just labeled it better?
Flyers are a product of inspiration. You don't glorify the new form by reusing parts or ideas. The Dragonfly is safe because I made it safe. Besides, if the danger increased as you went back, that begs the existence of some primal contraption so perilous only the void beyond the heavens can hold it. Could hold it. Stop questioning admittedly improbable things. Do you want to walk, or do you want to get there? Yes, that's the mantra of the inventor looking for results. Let little things fall where they may. The big stuff is raised by more than just proper knots on metal. I pick a more impressive form to emulate, but not one so grand that my attempt insults it. You need to stop worrying so much, really. If I fretted about every bolt that fell off in flight, let me tell you, I'd never get any sleep. Perhaps you should forget I said that. Fine. The next flyer I build will fit someone twice your size, just in case you grow. And have a silk pillow. If you touch anything in there, you'll be the first thing jettisoned. Keep to your business, Black Whirlwind. Leave the flying to me.
Hardly. By the time they're done, we'll have some sort of catapult only the Black Whirlwind can survive.
Or not. I find this matter most unsettling. An odd kind of trophy to collect, very hard to display without reaction. A troubling thing, but war pushes many to make foolish choices.
A foolish choice? Sky nearly damned us all. That is more than a simple mistake.
I do not like that he is here. It seems cruel, even if he was our enemy.
Tools must be respected, but they are still just tools.
That could apply to any of us. That is why this is cause for concern.
One must always accept responsibility for what one creates.
And that means he should be killed. It's the only penalty appropriate for what he has done.
If this unpleasant matter is behind us, we will need to decide where to go next. We can't stay here indefinitely.
Agreed. This peace will not last. It would not be wise to wait for another assault. I appreciate the need for haste, but the marvelous dragonfly will need some adjustments. The landing here was, rough. I admire the optimistic view of our numbers, but we could march to the end of the Empire and it would do no good. The palace is, as you know, elevated. I will ferry whom I can for an initial assault. Give me a few moments. We will leave at your command when my work is done. It would seem that the group is again of one mind. If that is what you want, I'm sure you will get it in abundance. I certainly don't look forward to confronting our nemesis with fewer hands at the ready. Good, good. My beautiful dragonfly will finally get a real test. Let's hope those modifications hold up. Ha! Marvels! You do have it. I truly wondered if your dragonfly would ever soar in the distant heavens. I'll make the changes immediately. That's it. You have everything you need. Just let me know when you want to go, and we'll set the marvelous dragonfly to flight. I'm staying here for what I like to call safety. If you want to take a jaunt out of here, let me know. Other than that, I'm staying put. I'm sure the princess will not be pleased at the delay, but I'm all for it. Just say the word. Good luck. If you succeed at whatever it is you're doing, maybe later we can do some loops. I suppose you want to go back to the palace. Just say so, and we'll fly. All right, but don't be long. The others are giving me the eye. You don't want to know the size of the crater it takes to impress me now. Yes, the bolts are the same, but think about this. If there is one marvelous dragonfly, it is the best of its kind. Make 100, and they are each only average. A flyer must appeal to the heavens with beauty and singular ingenuity. Why, I bet some of my mosquitoes have even fallen from the sky for seemingly no reason at all. Keep an eye out. I don't know why my tracks were covered, but I do tend to incur the occasional death threat. Craters are remarkably unappreciated. Steady now. We don't want to get where we're going and not be able to get back, especially since we don't know where we won't be able to get back from. We need the inscrutable power source, which you need in order to get to the Imperial City anyway. If you get that, we can lift off wherever you want. I think they are hints I left myself, but I can't remember why. As soon as you give me the inscrutable power source, we can fly out and see where they lead. Yes, I think they are clues I left for myself. I'm ready to fly out when you are. A mysterious adventure awaits in the skies. Well, of course, but time is better spent doing than talking. If you like, but nothing was ever built by talking about it. You know, it is true that I should be able to find what I need here. Let me rummage through what I have stockpiled. Nothing new to report yet. I need time to consider what parts are missing from the mystery device. Perhaps if I had the resources of the Imperial City at hand. Sorry, can't hear you. Fiddling. Oh, where'd the city go? Right. We will talk later. I'll just think up some new features for the dragonfly. Maybe mole talons for burrowing. Yes, goodbye. Now, back to my dragonfly. Perhaps the wings should be retractable for storage and, rolling stops. Yes, I'll keep at my plans for the dragonfly. Perhaps a sling for carrying oxen. The industry could use some automation. A dying breed, the ox carrier. Certainly, certainly. Always willing to take the marvelous dragonfly for a jaunt. Pick your place, and we will be there in no time. I am staying here, just in case. You go teach your master something about whatever he needs to learn. We are here. I would like our visit to be as brief as possible, but I have the feeling you intend to stay quite a while. Graces and good luck. She says she can get my marvelous dragonfly there in one piece. I've heard no other options, and I won't risk the finish flying blind.
Everyone be quiet!
No. I must stay at the camp to look after the marvelous dragonfly. I will be more use to you here than traipsing about away from my tools. No, I have too much work to do on the marvelous dragonfly. If you want the marvelous dragonfly to work properly, leave me be.
I need someone brave, someone who is a capable pilot. The missions I have are dangerous, but the rewards are worth it. I will pay you good silver, and I can sell you parts for your flyer, to make it better.
What? Make it better? This is the finest ship of its kind. I should know. I made it. You're just a fix-it man. What would you know about ships?
I have been working on flyers since they first started appearing in the Empire. I take these rickety contraptions and make them into something amazing.
Rickety? There has never been a flyer more solid than the marvelous dragonfly. Rickety? Your wits are the only thing rickety around here. What? The marvelous dragonfly is... Why do I bother? You obviously have no grasp of such things.
As you say, all the more reason to work with me. If your flyer is truly that good, you'll have no problems. Very few at least.
Yes? I'm a bit busy fiddling about with my thoughts. I found my way to Tien's Landing quite by accident. A very big accident. A few wealthy merchants lost some, property, and I almost lost my hat and my head. Gao the Greater heard about my inventions and bribed some officials to effect my release. I thought I had found a nice rich benefactor, but I was locked away in his lair. He gave me a nice workshop, but he really was a fool. I showed him my wind map. He didn't care where it led. He was only interested in his slaves. It shows where I've been, not where I'm going, I think. I made it on my journey to, here, but I don't quite remember where I was traveling from. Not good. It seems to me I left something, a clue for myself, but I'm not sure why I'd need to. I don't suppose you'd be interested in taking a short trip back the way I came? Well, let's see then. It must lead to where I was last, which would be the ideal place to go first. I think we're waiting around for nothing. We have the inscrutable power source, the wind map, and the flyer. The Imperial City won't fly its way to us. No, not now. I'm almost through with my calculations for I've forgotten it again. Go. I have nothing more to say for now. What situation? Did something happen? I had nothing to do with whatever it was. All my explosives are stored and accounted for. Somewhere. You mean our current state of affairs? Well, you still don't have the wind map to the Imperial City. We definitely need that. Without it, boom, short trip. Now, have you seen a bright yellow snake? I need the venom for Now that I think of it, that's incredibly dangerous. Forget I said anything. Watch your step. Well, if you want to reach the Imperial City, you still need an inscrutable power source for the marvelous dragonfly. It's too far to hop our way there. Off you go. I'll start planning some redesigns for the dragonfly. Maybe floats made of air bladders. Sheepskin, of course. Our flight was great fun. Lots of explosions. But what does it mean? I think it's a clue. I hid something in my head because I was going to lose my memory, I think. None. And I am very good at remembering things. At least I think I am. I can't remember for certain. The map could lead anywhere, so we should let it. I'm looking forward to this. Remembering things long forgotten is like getting to open a gift twice. What? Oh, well, then I'll just think on it while you do whatever it is you do. One thing for certain, there was no destination. We ended where we began. The route was the important part. Let me show you what it inspired me to make. I'm not sure what it is, but it has a lever on it that is begging to be pulled. Here we go. What? Don't think? Sounds good. Here we go. There's only one way to find out. Well, there's probably one or two, but who has time to dig an artillery trench? Here we go. And nothing. Right? We're not dead, I think. That is decidedly disappointing. I was expecting something. I must still need a part I can't remember. I need some time to think, to get my brain straightened out. This is most intriguing and infuriating. Give me some time. I've given some thought to the strange device that I was inspired to construct. I'm not sure what purpose it has yet, but it appears to be working, I think. Just a few tweaks. Tight fit. Not sure how that will affect things. What's it? I don't remember seeing that before. Just get this last. There we go. It's ready. Now we can finally find out just what it does. After I name it, of course. Nothing works right until you name it. How about the confoundable minutia? What? No, impossible. I fixed it. I checked everything. It should work. Unless, no, I did that. Well, that was anticlimactic. A flash of light, but no resounding boom. What good is such a light if Earth doesn't meet sky? What? Oh, my. It seems we have transported to a heaven. A strangely familiar one for some reason, but I don't recall ever moving to such a place before.
Where have you brought us, Kang? We don't have time for such games. Get us back to the Imperial City, now!
I like this mode of travel even less than your flying bug-eyed barrel. Besides, any heaven worth visiting should have us knee-deep in wine. Top down.
It is strangely beautiful. We are clearly not in an earthly realm.
Kang! You and your infernal inventions are going to get us all killed!
An interesting little device you have there. It could be useful if you could count on your point of arrival, but since you made it, I'll stick to walking.
Crazy old man. This is going to delay us even more.
This place is completely unknown to me. Or is it? I am compelled to take the steps this way. There are gears here that I remember. Good idea. Something about this place makes me want to explore too. I am compelled to step this way. There are gears here that I remember. Leave, you say? Yes, but there is something I must look at. It is just over here. But how do I know this? Some sort of machine. Look at this. It's a marvel. A wonder of monumental proportions. A phenomenal piece of unbelievable craftsmanship. I haven't the slightest idea. But it must be important, wouldn't you think? I mean, just look at it. These machines, they are manipulators, fabricators. They bully energy into something. They can be activated, deactivated, on and off and on. You see? Don't worry. The individual machines are not activated. I think the switches must be thrown on at least two of the components before it will do whatever it does. Well, judging by the pile of ashes I found near the controls, if you do it wrong, it either creates a nice warm fire or burns the person standing here to a crisp. So, you might want to be careful how you go about it. Things like this usually have directions. No, recipes. No, that's not it. Configurations. That's it. That error was probably to be expected, given the complexity of the furnace. Excellent! What an amazing machine! Now, if we can find more configurations, just imagine what we could do here. That same one? But why not try something different? It's up to you, of course. Yes, amazing indeed. Of course, without more configurations, we'll never know just what it can really do. Very well. In the meantime, I will try to see if I can learn anything more about this interesting machine. I can always bring us back here later. I can think of one way to open it, but I don't have a lever long enough, so you'll have to use your head. Well, not literally. Oh, where'd the palace go? Oh, this is different. I think I'm out of scraps and notes. Still, something about the movement of the furnace prompted me to scratch this down. I hope it helps. I passed along what knowledge I have. If those clues don't help, I don't know where you should turn. I don't have any other clues to give at the moment. Maybe my head will clear up a bit later. Hopefully. My designs are safer when my head is clear. I hung a net out. Wait, I have nets? Yes, I do. I have a lot of things. Oh, good thing, too. We can use this stuff. Well, I'm not sure where we crossed from the living world to the celestial, but we seem to have made it back in one piece, and with startling revelations, too. I'm eager to try another attempt at this map. The route is rough, but there is something about it that inspires me. I need to see the whole thing for it to make sense. Ready for another attempt at the map we found in the furnace? I'm sure completing it will jog my memory even more. Yes, I'm glad you want to make another attempt. This is very serious. We could rescue the greatest inventor the Empire has ever known, more or less. Well, that was a bit bumpy. Still, I can tighten up a bolt or two, and we'll be ready to try again. We really should try again, you know. Careful now, you'll dent something. Don't let them hit us. I just finished this thing. More dodging, less catching. Hey, watch what you're doing. Do you know what you're doing? Avoid their assault. We can't take much more of this. Interesting strategy. Now try winning. That's it. We have to get out of the fight. You're scuffing the finish. Okay, another impact and we start losing pieces. Abandon the fight. Whoa, that was close. We need to end this. This looks familiar. Keep going. I have the urge to build something. There are memories in the route we are flying. Keep going. I see patterns, schematics. Keep going. I'll hammer it out. Almost there. Just a few more pieces to figure out. Ha-ha! That was an inspiring flight. I've made something interesting. No. We have to withdraw, and I've made nothing but scrap. We have to try again. More memories are hidden in this route. Interesting. Keep going. I'm beginning to think there is a lot at stake here. Yes, I see things so clearly now. Interesting. No actual destination, but my memory is plotted again. Good job. Oh, so close, but we have to get out of here. We need to try again. Oh, this is very strange. We're on the trail of something nasty. Lord Lao better appreciate this. I'll want a celestial wrench for my trouble. What manner of beast are we following? I am a little worried. We did it! We did it! And, oh, that's interesting. We have things to talk about. Many things. We were this close. We need to try and make another pass. I don't know. We'll just have to keep our eyes open as we travel. The Imperial City will likely hold something. It is large enough to accumulate anything. If you try to pound a nail sideways, is it the hammer's fault? Don't blame your tools. Obviously, you didn't have the correct configuration. Very risky. A most intriguing place. There's just something about this place. I can almost feel it. It's on the tip of my brain. And then it's gone. I just wish something would help prod my memory. That's it! I remember now. I know where this machine came from. No, I have not had any new insights. The best option I can suggest is just to keep your eyes open. There has to be reference to them somewhere. Certainly, it's just a flick of a switch, and I'm reasonably sure the trip isn't even doing any irreparable harm. I can only come to one conclusion. Lord Lao's furnace.
And what? I know that name. Constructed a wine press for the celestial whatevers that crushed elephant loads of grapes. And the odd elephant.
Kang, you are speaking nonsense. Lord Lao is a legend, an artificer of the celestial bureaucracy. His works are too fanciful to be real.
Lord Lao? He is just a legend. Like saying all millstones are based on his machine that carved the coast for the great dragon.
Lord Lao, he's a story for children, like how he created the air bladders that lifted the palace until the stones forgot they belonged to the earth.
He's just a legend. Stories of his machines making much-needed lakes and unfortunate mountains are the kind of tale my father loved. But you can't take them seriously.
That is quite a claim. Lord Lao is just a legend, and so are his fantastical machines.
Lord Lao, yet another face of the celestial bureaucracy I can't stand.
Legendary, mythical, and overrated in some respects, but if anyone else has a better origin for such machines as this, I'm not hearing it. Artificer to the celestial bureaucracy, he creates machines that themselves also create, although I'd make them a little less delicate had I his resources. Still, he is an inspirational figure for inventors, and we are in his playhouse. You select the machines you want to activate, and then the tiger or the dragon button, like this. Very true. Perhaps you should give them a try. They didn't mean much before, but now we may have the tools to make something of them. Do as you will. I'll have another look at these controls. Just let me know if you want to go back to the Imperial City. Well, if we could puzzle out the function of these devices, they should produce for us whatever they were meant to produce for Lord Lao. Soon, soon. Just a flick of a switch, I'm sure. But look around you. Just look at all of this. Well, another exciting adventure. No new devices to build, but I have more than just memories to show for it this time. Exotic fuel for the furnace. With the proper configurations, these new elements can produce spectacular effects. Ha! You should be glad. I see what you mean. It does seem to be a rather complicated number of hoops to go through just for some shiny baubles, even if baubles are always nice to have. Perhaps more will be revealed with further operation of the furnace, like how the map for the last trip appeared. There must be some plan in place. Lord Lao wouldn't leave such a thing unattended for no reason, much as I would never leave the marvelous dragonfly at the side of the road. I found a scrap of paper around the furnace somewhere. It seems to have a few scribbles on it. Maybe that will help you? There were a few simple symbols on one of the larger furnace gears. I made a note of what it might translate to. Here, have a look. Here's a scrap of paper I found by one of the secondary devices in the furnace. I don't know if it will help you. A few clues were left. This note was in pieces, floating on the wind in the furnace heaven. Oh, furnace heaven? My, your world certainly grows stranger by the day. I seem to recall an odd message on the back of a leaf that floated down by the furnace. Certainly a very elegant but uncertain way to communicate. I quite like it. Well, that depends. My new memories have given me some additional insight into the machine. Perhaps I could write up something special. I brought 2 unspoiled gems from our flight to rescue, me in the void. The eyes of the void, or the glare of the jerk that locked me up or something. Very volatile fuel. So, continue using the furnace as it is, or risk its functions on the most powerful effect it can produce. Well, if I built it, and I guess I did, I'd fix that restriction first. The rules of inspiration defy such logic. That is why a single flyer is greater than many, and duplicates devalue the whole. The furnace is what it is. I'll make something better, but adjusting this one will require monumental effort. It is not designed for adjustment. Very well, although the palace awaits. Not that I mind a little distraction among the gears. Very well, but this new map is quite an exciting prospect. I would like to oblige, but this is very important. Besides, the machines seem to discharge much of its energy. We must release Lord Lao to make further use of it. A built-in requirement, no doubt. An arrogant decision to ensure his rescue. I would have done it differently, but I have had more time to consider what needs to be done. I am ready when you are for this very serious endeavor. Imagine it. We are about to embark on an effort to rescue the greatest inventor the Jade Empire has known. As dated as some of his concepts are, I look forward to meeting him. Perhaps I can suggest some improvements. Prepare yourself. This route is much stranger than any I have seen before. Clearly, we are not bound for a terrestrial location. Something more than nothing, but slightly less than everything. I don't know. But you are likely to repeat it unless we find some configurations that are accurate. What's that? What's that? It looks like you found one of the configurations for the furnace. See if you can decipher it and adjust the settings properly. If we make it back to the real world, speak with me again and we can head off on that little wind map adventure. Did I say, if we make it back? Ha! Yes, I did. Well, given the rather fantastic nature of the furnace, I would bet that whoever has them doesn't really know what they are for. The instructions could be a design on a wall, a carving on a piece of art, or even a large scroll proclaiming it as a configuration. People will just have no clue. You found one previously in an unrelated endeavor. I'm afraid that is just the kind of continued uncertainty we will have to deal with. Keep your eyes open. Huh? What? Well now, what have we here? Well, isn't that just a golden carp full of luck? Let's see here. It's It's a wind map. Very sloppy ink, like it was crafted in a hurry, but I can decipher it. It would seem that someone wants to reward proper use of the furnace. Through some wind, like any other of its kind. Really, I think you'd have grasped the concept by— Oh, you mean specifically? Like the previous map, there is really only one way to know for certain where it leads, and that is to get in the flyer and go there. We will have to leave the furnace before we can fly out, however. A little matter of needing the flyer. Just tell me when you want to leave. Yes, I know you are not fond of action without due preparation, but think of the possibilities. It's a map, and we could fly somewhere. Woo-hoo! Well, you are getting to be quite adept at manipulating this machine. If I were Lord Lao, I'd have made it a bit more obtuse, so people work harder for their supper. I'm beginning to think you have learned all of the secrets the furnace has to offer. What? Oh, I'm sure it's nothing.
Well, now. It looks like this realm has some teeth after all.
Kang, are you all right?
Now don't you go exploding on us. You have the exit key.
I always figured he'd end in some kind of explosion.
For someone with such an affinity for machines, he certainly suffers for it.
You better not be dead, Inventor. You have our passage out of here.
An attack, fool! You have gained the attention of something far greater than you.
Well, there's nothing like mortal danger to jog the memory. Anyone up for a flight to the edge of perception? The memories, they are seeping in. I see patterns, schematics, explosions, lots of explosions, and someone seeking rescue. Lord Lao. That's why the furnace is here, why the configurations are spread across the Empire. When it was safe for his tools to be used, it would be safe for him to return. Lord Lao is imprisoned, locked away so his inventions could no longer challenge the works of the heavens. It's an insult to the inventor spirit. We must fly. How does anyone know anything? Reasoning and inspiration, and a direct assault by energies opposed to the use of the furnace. I suppose I should be dead, but it's not the first time. Perhaps I've grown resistant to such energetic assault and surprised my assailant with my resilience. Whatever the case, I have a vision of a new wind map. It goes nowhere and everywhere. We have to destroy the force holding Lord Lao in check. Yes, that would be ideal, although we will quickly move back into a place like this. This route, I don't think it can be represented on flat paper. We should go now. I do not think the furnace will function again until this is resolved. Be prepared. This route, I don't even think it could be copied down. It weaves between the planes. I don't know. Yes, and no. Who knows what such an assault can trigger? Yes, we need to discuss what was discovered. Yes, well, it seems the entity holding the memories of Lord Lao is vanquished. The great artificer was imprisoned for insulting heavenly works. Unjustly, I might add. He is free. He is somewhat disoriented by the process. Oh, and there is perhaps something else you should be aware of. He is me.
You? Lord Lao? Well, I expect there to be more headroom in your flying barrel, then.
Kang, what are you saying?
Well, that would explain why your devices seem so unconcerned with our safety.
That is the most laughable thing I have ever heard.
A turn I was not expecting.
Well, how will this complicate matters?
Do not trust his words. What would such a being want here?
I suppose I should have been more concerned with having no memories before the last few decades, or a century. Come to think of it, I guess I'm pretty old. There was always so much to do. It never seemed to matter where I was from. I'm not even sure what I did to earn this fate. I must have stepped a little above myself and angered the celestial bureaucracy. In the time before their wrath filtered down, I built the furnace to point back to myself. I don't think I'll give them cause. I like it here. So many things to build for so many small problems. All the interesting big-scale things are already built. And I have an interest in seeing your endeavor through to the end. For curiosity, you understand. And I could possibly improve the yield of the furnace. I'll prove it with my understanding of the furnace. It is all I can give you. I'm staying just as I am. So many small things to build. The big celestial things are all done. Well, I brought something back from our flight. 2 unspoiled gems. The eyes of the void, or the glare of the jerk that locked me up, or something. Very volatile fuel. With my new understanding of the furnace, you now have a configuration unrivaled. But there is risk. Combined with this fuel, it may damage the furnace. It was not so much that the body of Lord Lao was imprisoned, for indeed he would have no body. It was his memories, my memories, that were confined within the void. I didn't remember much before a few decades ago, or a century. I guess I'm rather old. I still don't remember what I did to earn this fate. Yes, I'd like another look. I don't know why I thought Lord Lao was overrated. Clearly he, and by he I mean I, understands more than I, and by I mean me, could know. Or something to that effect. I have a bit of a headache. Yes, well, there's not much to talk about now, is there? It would seem I have not quite remembered all my own secrets. The furnace remains unusable for now. Rather embarrassing, really. I'll make it up to you as soon as I can. I've soured on the furnace concept anyway. I'm leaning more towards a forge of some kind. Perhaps some of those golems we have seen could be salvaged to work it. Or ground up to power it. An enormous golem forge. Someone write that down. Less talking, more doing. More doing, less talking.
Yes, we must. The golems are not just the ones you saw before. Bigger ones, giants, siege golems.
It would be bad if they reached us. The casks I took off the dragonfly would make short work of the bridge, though. A little fire, and whoosh, earth meets sky.
You will need someone to keep any advanced Lotus assassins away from you. I will accompany you.
Kang, old friend, I'd like to borrow a few of your marvelously explosive casks. I have something special in mind for any assassins who breach our lines.
What? Yes, whatever you want. I have enough on my mind.
You assume a great deal, Dawnstar, but it is not my choice. Gather your toys, Kang.
Yes, as fast as I can without dropping the casks. Earth meets sky, remember? Yes, that's the way. I knew you'd be up for it. Off we go. Everyone be ready for our return. Well flown and fought. It didn't stop them, but that black eye will make them think twice about our resolve. Now, back to bringing down the bridge. During the night, I made some, reinforcements to the marvelous dragonfly. I don't sleep much, you see, ever. Anyway, I doubt we could escape, but we can make a dent. Well, what isn't these days? It's not necessary. I leave the decision to our illustrious leader. Oh, you walk in the parks of many gods. I will build something extra large to explode with my surprise. Few things are more dangerous than the interest of the heavens. Such creatures are not accustomed to needing assistance or being called on to assist. Both circumstances would likely annoy them. Fortifications. Perhaps I will remove some of the ordnance from the marvelous dragonfly. Properly applied, it may prove useful tomorrow. Come, whirlwind, I need your muscle.